I've always been aware that everybody has a dose of darkness and light in them, and we have different measures, and how much we use is up to us. And I just was like, I think I was always questioning what would push me to go as far as both Odette and Luther.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing great. I literally just finished watching Luther, the Fallen Son. Loved it. Amazing work. Were you a fan of Luther, the series, before you came onto this role? Or were you more like, let's see what this is about?
No, I was a fan. I watched it all and was sort of like riveted by the way it was done, by the script writing, by the grittiness, and how London sort of plays a character in the whole thing as well. I really liked it a lot.
I think that as viewers, we're kind of like, there's like this twisted admiration for Luther's vigilante style methods, if you will. But DCI Raine does not seem to have that. Is this animosity towards him purely professional? Is there a personal aspect? What is your take on it?
I think it's a bit of both. I think that when you meet her, DCI Raine has made a decision to try to do things differently. I think she wants to do things by the book. I think she believes there is a right way and a wrong way to abide by the law. And I think that for her, the work is personal. So when someone has done things that are not by the book, that feel like they're in the opposite direction of good, it feels like a personal attack. However, I do think that she also has to reckon with, as you go through the movie with her, the fact that sometimes darkness is necessary. And so she actually has to come into contact with her own darkness as well. Sometimes for them in this situation, depending on the situation that they're in, you may be driven to take matters into your own hands, and right and wrong become gray areas, and it depends on what is necessary to get the result.
I loved that I couldn't tell sometimes in the film what people were going to decide to do. And that, made me question what I would do in my own life. Not that I expect, like, would you ever, become Batman? But did it make you reflect on your own, like, moral schemes?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always been aware that everybody has a dose of darkness and light in them, and we have different measures, and how much we use is up to us. And I just was like, I think I was always questioning what would push me to go as far as both Odette and Luther. And I can understand why losing a daughter, or the prospect of losing your daughter could push you to the edge. I fully understand that. And I think that we all have different reasons for allowing our darkness to come out.
Yeah. You mentioned London being a character in the series, and in the movie we get to go outside of London. I don't know where these snow-filled scenes were filmed, but were you really in snow? Yes, how cold were you? Because I was watching you.
We were in Iceland, and it was freezing, but it was thrilling. Those that, were standing and looking out into the distance, and there's a glacier and snow everywhere, we were there. That's where we were. That was not our CGI placed. We were within the snow, and it was cold, and it was snowing, and it was, there were times when we had to try and shoot it for it to look like it wasn't snowing, and it absolutely was. We went through it. It was really cool that we got there. I can't believe that we did it. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it watching it. It was disturbingly beautiful too. I'm like, wow, this looks so nice. I was like, oh wait,
that was how it was. Disturbingly beautiful. That we stood at the top of that peak, and the sky's blue, ice is totally white, and the mountains to the sky. It was just crazy. It was something out of a movie.
Look at that. Now you and Idris have some crazy, awesome scenes together. What was it like to film them and kind of like get to know him as Luther and then off screen?
I knew him before we did this film. It was just nice spending a bit of time with him and working with him and talking with him. And I loved shooting those scenes together because I think we have a really lovely rhythm. He's just a really kind, generous actor who creates a lot of space for other people as well. It was really cool. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Really hard as well. He works really, really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely see that. Yeah. Your like range of projects is amazing to me. I think like from like Pinocchio to Drift to Luther, I would never be like, yes, that's what she's going to do next. You know, so what is most important for you when you are choosing a project? How do you decide what it is next?
It's the character. It's the person. I read the script, and if I have ever met this person before, I'm probably not going to play them. If I've never met them before and I'm interested in what makes them tick, and I ask myself the question, well, would you want to have a conversation with this person? Are they interesting? Then I lean in, and I'm like, yeah, I'll play this person. I want to get to know them more. Yeah, that's what it is. And then you add on top who's directing and what the script is saying and who are you playing opposite. And it's sort of like I put together a little recipe and I go, I like this recipe and I like what the food might taste like. So I'm going to lean in.
There's a moment in the film where Andy Serkis is like singing to himself. And I was like, oh my God, is Cynthia going to sing? But I was sorely disappointed. However, you will be singing in Wicked. And of course, we all have these songs memorized in our minds. Yeah. How do you prepare for such an iconic role?
Oh, there's a lot that goes into it. You might see me working out a lot on my Instagram. That is a real thing because I need to keep my brain and my body super focused. I have a wonderful vocal coach who is the most helpful woman I could possibly wish for. Her name's Antea, so she's been doing this with me. I have the conversations that we've been having both with myself and Ariana, with myself and the director, even the costume designer, hair and makeup. It's a really collaborative effort to create these women in this world. And that's sort of how we've been prepping for it. And we're in it right now. We're like deep in it and we're making it. And every little detail is thought about. Every moment is thought about. And I'm so excited for people to get their eyes on it once it's done. I think it's going to be really special. It's definitely been special to me, and we've had some really wonderful moments doing it. Yeah.
Well, my body is ready, but it is also ready for the potential of more Luther. I mean, do you think that's a possibility? And would you do it?
I think it's a possibility, yes. And yes, I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Wonderful. I cannot wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.